Dominik Mysterio to turn babyface after Finn Balor and Liv Morgan reunite with old friend? Dominik Mysterio has been one of the most talked-about heels in WWE, consistently generating heat from the WWE Universe with his antics as a member of the Judgment Day. Over the past few months, he has established himself as a top villain, making headlines with his actions and involvement in key storylines. However, with the recent developments surrounding the faction, a face turn for Mysterio could be on the horizon. AJ Styles made his highly anticipated return to WWE at the Royal Rumble, and his comeback has already had a significant impact on Monday Night Raw. This week, the Phenomenal One delivered a powerful promo addressing his injury and future plans. However, his moment was interrupted by none other than Dominik Mysterio, who attempted to reaffirm the Judgment Day's dominance on the red brand. Styles has had his fair share of history with the Judgment Day, especially considering his past rivalry with Finn Balor. While a rematch between Styles and Balor could be an option, WWE might be planning a much bigger shakeup for the faction. Instead of revisiting old rivalries, the company could introduce a major twist that would not only keep the Judgment Day relevant, but also propel Dominik Mysterio into a fresh and compelling storyline. The seeds of change should be planted with Finn Balor and Liv Morgan seemingly realigning with AJ Styles. This would be a full-circle moment, as Styles had previously joined forces with Balor and Morgan to take down the Judgment Day when it was originally led by Edge. However, Balor eventually betrayed them, choosing to side with Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest. Now, history could repeat itself, but in reverse, with Balor and Morgan abandoning the Judgment Day once again, this time leaving Dominik Mysterio behind. If Balor and Morgan turn their backs on Dominic, it could lead to the formation of a new version of the Judgment Day, with Styles leading the charge. The group could reestablish itself as one of the most dominant heel factions in WWE, with Balor, Morgan, and Styles working together to control Raw. Meanwhile, Dominic would be left as the odd man out, forced to navigate his path without the protection of his faction. A betrayal of this magnitude would create instant sympathy for Dominik Mysterio, setting the stage for a dramatic face turn. Since joining the Judgment Day, Dominic has been portrayed as a manipulative heel who hides behind his stablemates. However, if Balor and Morgan turn on him, it would allow WWE to present a new side of Dominic's character. Stripped of his allies, he would have to prove himself as a solo competitor, fighting against the faction that once had his back. This shift could also open the door for some intriguing alliances. With the Judgment Day turning on Dominic, he might seek redemption and try to make amends with those he previously wronged. Superstars like Rey Mysterio or even someone like Cody Rhodes could step in to mentor him, guiding him on his journey as a babyface. This would add layers to Dominic's character, making him more relatable and engaging to the audience. Moreover, this storyline could result in major pay-per-view matches, with Dominic seeking revenge against his former stablemates. A singles feud between Dominic and Balor, or even a tag team match involving Styles and Dominic against Balor and Morgan, would be compelling for fans. WWE could build toward a major moment where Dominic finally overcomes the Judgment Day, solidifying his babyface status in the process. Ultimately, turning Dominic face through this betrayal would be a strategic move for WWE. Not only would it refresh the Judgment Day storyline, but it would also provide Dominic with a chance to evolve beyond his current persona. His work as a heel has been phenomenal, but a well-executed face turn could take his career to the next level. With AJ Styles back in the mix and the Judgment Day's dynamic shifting, WWE has the perfect opportunity to craft an engaging storyline that redefines Dominik Mysterio's character. If done right, this could be one of the most compelling arcs of the year, giving Dominic a new purpose and setting the stage for an exciting future in WWE. Dominik Mysterio has been making headlines not just for his in-ring performances, but also for his intriguing statements outside the squared circle. As one of WWE's top heels, his work with the Judgment Day has solidified his position as a key player in the company. However, A recent podcast appearance suggests he may have his sights set beyond WWE, teasing a potential feud with TNA champion Joe Hendry. During an interview on the Battleground podcast, Mysterio was asked about a possible stint in TNA. While he didn't confirm any intentions to cross over, his response was cryptic enough to fuel speculation about a brewing rivalry. "I can't say I'm too focused on anybody in TNA, but I don't like to say his name. I think we know who we're talking about. I'm not going to say his name. He just beat Dolph. I've beaten Dolph, so yeah, I'll just leave that at that," Mysterio said. The reference was unmistakable. Mysterio was alluding to Joe Hendry, the current TNA champion, who recently secured a major victory over former WWE superstar Dolph Ziggler, now known as Nick Nemeth. By drawing a parallel between his own victory over Ziggler and Hendry's, Mysterio seemed to subtly challenge the TNA champion's credibility, igniting speculation about a potential face-off between the two. Dominik Mysterio has thrived as a heel under the Judgment Day's banner, but his recent remarks hint at a broader ambition. While WWE has historically maintained a separation from TNA, the wrestling landscape has evolved, and interpromotional crossovers are no longer out of the question. A feud between Mysterio and Hendry could generate significant buzz, benefiting both WWE and TNA by drawing attention from both fan bases. Joe Hendry has been one of TNA's standout performers, earning a reputation for his in-ring skills and larger-than-life personality. His rise to TNA champion has put him in the spotlight, making him an appealing opponent for someone like Dominic, who excels at drawing heat from the crowd. A feud between them could be built around their competitive drive and a battle for supremacy, pitting Hendry's technical prowess against Mysterio's cunning heel tactics. If WWE and TNA were to collaborate on this rivalry, it could take various forms. It might begin with a war of words on social media, intensifying into a full-fledged feud that leads to an eventual in-ring confrontation. Given Mysterio's ability to generate heat and Hendry's growing popularity, their clash could be one of the most talked-about rivalries in modern wrestling. Another possibility is that WWE might simply be allowing Mysterio to stir speculation, keeping fans intrigued without committing to any official crossover. However, Mysterio's calculated words indicate that he is aware of Hendry's presence and achievements, leaving the door open for future possibilities. Whether this rivalry materializes or remains a mere tease, Dominik Mysterio has successfully added another layer of intrigue to his persona. His ability to keep fans guessing about his next move only enhances his appeal as a performer. If WWE sees value in this potential feud, they could use it as an opportunity to elevate Mysterio further, while also generating interest in a rare interpromotional showdown.